Hello and welcome to the Universe and to a brand new video. Now with the Series 12 finale fast approaching, it's time to talk about the Lone Cyberman, the Cyber Wars and what it could all mean for Team TARDIS in the near future. I'm going to be using what we've learnt so far from previous episodes, a few new officially released photos and what we've seen in the teaser trailers to make some theories and spot some details and work out who is the Lone Cyberman. So let's get started. Firstly, the Cybermen are a race of humanoids that became damaged or sick, who underwent a series of cyber augmentations, removing organic parts and replacing them with manufactured ones. The process of becoming more machine than man drove the people insane, so they put in place a device called an emotional inhibitor, which stops the humanoid feeling any emotion. Now over time, the Cybermen operated on the ideal that existence is pain, and that everyone should be like them in a twisted form of immortality. The Cybermen have appeared throughout the universe and parallel ones and many points in time as this twisted species has spread across the stars or developed on different planets due to parallel evolution. Where there's people, there will always be Cybermen. Now eventually people got tired of the Cybermen and their reign of terror, so they began to form a resistance from small Scooby-Doo gangs like the Preachers to full-on armies. It was these armies that fought battles in the Cyber Wars, which came at a huge cost to life and even planets, with entire worlds and then galaxies being destroyed deliberately by the Resistance, to wipe out the Cybermen at the peak of their power, an unstoppable army until now. According to Captain Jack Harkness, a former conman, time agent, travelling companion of the 9th and 10th Doctor and the leader of Torchwood, the Resistance have finally worn down the evil Empire, leaving the Cybermen struggling to survive, and that makes them more ruthless than ever. The Lone Cyberman is one of the few remaining Cybermen in the far future. We don't know a lot about who he was before he was mostly converted into a metal menace, other than his name was a Shad, and according to him he had multiple children. However, after his conversion they joined the Resistance, and in his own words, he slit their throats. So that's pretty brutal. What's odd is a Shad didn't have an emotional inhibitor. He uses his emotions to motivate him and his desire to possess the Cyberium, an artificial intelligence that possesses all knowledge and the future history of the Cybermen. The Cyberium was sent back through time and space in order to prevent the return of the Cyberman Empire. So, while out walking in June 1816, Percy Shelley spotted the Cyberium in Lake Geneva. When he fished out the water, it melted into his hand and entered his bloodstream. The Cyberium tried to hide itself by making Shelley invisible to everyone else and even utilised the perception filter to keep it from being discovered. Meanwhile, Shelley acted as its guardian. At the same time, the 13th Doctor and her companions were visiting Mary Godwin, Percy Shelley, Lord Byron and Claire Clement, while the Lone Cyberman had invaded the house in search for the Cyberium. Now the Lone Cyberman's armour is an odd mixture of aging components, a mix of old designs by the looks of things, from the right arm similar to the very first and most primitive Mondasian Cybermen, to the legs that belong to the Cybermen that originated on a parallel Earth. Then we have the chest and other arm piece that comes from the Nightmare in Silver design from the far future, with exposed components and a rusted appearance. This is a Cyberman that has been through the wars, and it looks it, a man who is already ruthless and rage-fueled, wrapped in an armour of hate, and the Doctor just gave him what he wants. When the Doctor was finally able to locate Shelley, she had him tell her what happened. She noticed that the Cyberium was burning through his mind and would destroy him if it stayed with him much longer. She referred to this as the Cyberium at the heart of it, controlling data, strategy, decision-making, and a supercomputer fused to the cerebral cortex. The Cybermen demanded that the group surrender the Cyberium in order to be extracted. The Cyberium had to leave willingly. The Doctor proceeded to use an old Time Lord trick to show Shelley his future death, which tricked the Cyberium into leaving his body. It floated in mid-air before flowing into the Doctor. The Doctor stated that the Cyberium had chosen her over the Cyberman, referring to it as Time Lord magnetism, and remarked that it looked like she was its true guardian. However, to save the lives of those standing with her and save herself the pain of losing someone else to the Cybermen once more, she had to give the Cyberium away. Now we know the finale will have Team TARDIS travel to the far future in an attempt to deal with the mess the Doctor has created. The Doctor has to stop the resurrection of the Cybermen once again, but looking at the latest official photos, this adventure could come at a price, with Ryan strapped to a machine that looks suspiciously like a cyber conversion device, similar to the one seen in Closing Time, again an episode where the Cybermen are struggling to survive. Now this next bit is based purely on one shot from the Series 12 spoiler-filled Still to Come trailer, which shows us a brand new Cyberman design, which appears to be a great looking combination of the Nightmare in Silver style faceplate with the head shape similar to the classic Cybermen with its large ear-like pieces. Now I can't wait to see what these designs mean and what other changes this new look brings about. The Lone Cyberman also appears to be backed up by a few remaining Cybermen who each have their own blasters, first seen in 2006's finale Doomsday. The adventure itself looks like it will take place on a war-ravaged planet in an almost post-apocalyptic time with overgrown plants and aging buildings as the last remaining humans fighting against the last Cybermen. It sounds like a desperate battle, and with Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who being so secretive and information being so sparse, it's hard to work out any more than that really. This series has been full of twists, turns, returns and so much more. Who knows what will happen next? There are so many possibilities and I can't wait to see this Doctor go toe to toe with the Cyberman army. The last Cyberman two-part finale was in 2017 and it was a blockbuster adventure which ultimately cost the lives of everyone the Doctor cared about and sparked his regeneration. Fingers crossed this time it ends better for the Time Lord. What do you think of the Lone Cyberman, and what are your thoughts and theories for the series finale? Leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, of course subscribe if you want to see more, and check out other videos I've made. With that said, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.